Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi YouTube channel. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business, no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. So please remember that Notary Educators LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Now sit back and watch Kimmi and crew, and don't forget to subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi YouTube channel for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
So why they were getting divorced, who knows? But together they were nice, they were friendly, it wasn't animosity, so I can't call it. But anyway, so arrange the seating. When we talk about creating a comfortable environment, you want to arrange the seating so that both parties have some personal space, okay? Don't be trying to put them all back together to create a love connection, okay? Don't be trying to put them all together. Let him sit over here, let her sit over there. You know, don't try to push them together like you see in some old movies or something. You know, old movies be like, try to put them back together. So no, don't do that. Make sure they both have a little space so they can feel comfortable during the signing. And again, you want to minimize the potential for confrontation, because you could be trying to put them back together and that could cause a whole nother situation. So that's number 2. We want to create a comfortable environment. Okay. Number 3 is be patient and empathetic. These people are going through some things. When people are going through a divorce, I can only imagine the emotions are running high. You know, somebody's going to get upset. I've had people where they kind of shove the papers at somebody. I had another one when he was, same thing, not just shoving papers, but shoving her ID at her. So he grabbed the ID to hand it to me. He was a control freak. And again, back to the initial comment I made, sometimes you can tell like, okay, I can see why she divorcing you, because you out of control. You know, so he grabbing the paper from her and I was just like, really? So, you know, again, be patient and empathetic, because you really don't know why they're tripping with each other and why they're upset. Maybe they got into it before they got there. Maybe she saw something, because I've had this happen too. He or she is reading the document and it's like, oh, I thought you was going to give me the kids every week, and now you're talking about every weekend in here, you know, every other weekend or something like that. So they may read the terms of the divorce and now all of a sudden it's different than what they thought the paper was going to read, or it might be an item that they wanted and now they've taken it out. It could be any number of things. So that's why emotions can run high. So another little tip there is to just use reassuring language. And I do this with all my clients. Take your time. Let me know when you're ready, because sometimes they might have like an emotional breakdown. I had that happen with one. Now, she wasn't like boo-hooing, but me and Jeff was like, is she crying? And she was crying. He called to set up the appointment. She didn't call. He called to set up the appointment. So in this particular case, we had to go to the Kroger parking lot. He called to set it up. She met us over there. And then as she was signing the paper, she was actually tearing up and she was crying. So each person handles the divorce differently. Somebody else is like, hey, I'm about to be free. And she's like, oh my God, he just jacked up my whole life. My life is over. You know, so you never know. So just reassuring terms, again, like take your time, you know, let me know when you're ready, kind of just step back, you know, and give them, again, a little breather. Be patient and empathetic. Not a boo says the boss, not a boo the boss says, I'd rather do nursing homes than divorces. And those are tricky too. I'll do another video on nursing homes. I have a video on the channel about how to handle that, and in my specialty course and in the book too, but I'll talk about it, of course, a little bit. So, you know, even with your nursing home signings, then you got end of life matters. Somebody's dying maybe, you know. So that's also another tricky one. You can use some of these same tips for that. Number 4 is stay professional, even amid emotional outbreaks. So once again, somebody might just start crying hysterically. They're like, I don't want to do this. don't leave me. Now, I've never seen nobody do all of that. Normally, by the time the people I've seen, they like over it. Oh, I got to call y'all. Dog, y'all got to hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I am working. So that's somebody that need a translation. Are you doing translation services? She has a document that needs to be translated for immigration purposes. And you're going to be seeing a lot of immigration stuff popping up with translations and stuff with what's going on in the news. So we're not getting ready to get political. I don't want to know your stance. I don't even want you to put it in my comments. But you are going to start seeing a whole lot more stuff about immigration. People are going to be working on that. So if you're not doing translation services, I do have a full-blown course on that. And the translation service works just like this. So a couple ways you can offer translation services. Either you are the translator, you speak another language, or you can, actually 3 ways, but I only do 2. I'm going to make the money. So it's another situation out there where you can refer it to a company and they'll pay you or something. No, I'm going to be the go-between. I'm going to make the majority of that money, okay? They might give you a few cents on a dollar per referral. But I'm going to teach you how to do translation services where you are the middleman, just like with apostilles. So that's what I'm doing with this particular person. So she needs 1 document translated from Spanish to English. I have a company that I use. I'll be working with them. And in that translation course, I'll show you several ways to get that accomplished, okay? So it's also part of the mentorship program. You can buy it individually at 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025, WIN2025. Or you can become a part of the mentorship program. It's included in there. And that website is notaryeducatorsllc.com. And I'm going to talk about the website in a little bit because I did some cleaning up on the website. It's amazing. Okay, so let me come back to that. So let's get back to point number 4. So we were talking about handling emotional outbursts. So sometimes, again, a person might just start crying hysterically. They can't get through the signing. This could happen. Again, none of my cases has it happened, but I've seen it happen with other stuff. So I know it can happen with divorces. So, you know, you want to, again, use reassuring words like, I understand this could be a difficult time for you. Take your time. We want to make sure the process goes smoothly. So I'll, you know, again, I'll wait for you. Because they have to get themselves together, you know, when someone's going through a divorce. So that's number 4. And then number 5 is you might have to actually stop the signing and pause. You might have to actually stop the signing for a moment and be like, you know what, let me give them some space. You know, you step away. Maybe he needs to console her. She console him. Hey, man, I'm sorry. Hey, boo, whatever. And, you know, they may need a few minutes to get themselves together. So you want to allow them that time. It may be that you have to reschedule the signing. Maybe she's that emotional or he's that emotional that they just cannot pursue it. And you have to say, okay, you know what? If we can't just take a short break and get ourselves together, I don't mind coming back out. Now, I've never had to do that with a divorce signing. Because like I said, typically when that go down, it's going down. So I've never had to do that with a divorce signing. But again, it could happen. So I'm going to take your comments and questions. Let me see. We got a few in the chat actually now. Dolores Taylor says, are both parties always together at the signing versus each one signing separately at different locations? So it's mixed. I've had people that bring me their part, and then the other part, the person is if they're signing it wherever they are, or they come together. That's why you got to just kind of go over these tips in your head that I'm providing you today, because when they come together, it's a whole different ball game, and they do not have to be together. I've heard people say they have to be together. They do not. But I asked that question, are both parties going to be at the signing, as part of my screening questions? And if you don't know about screening questions, you probably need to be in mentorship, because that's going to help your whole signing. You're going to already have in your head what to expect, what's going on. Because during my screening questions, I may say something. I do say, are both parties going to be there? And sometimes they're like, yeah, she going to be there. Yeah. Or yeah, he coming. Yeah, he gonna meet me over there. He don't want to, but he coming. You know, so conversation like that already let me know, okay, be on edge. Have your dukes up. You don't know what might happen. You might have to run. So, you know, by your screening questions, though, and again, I teach you how to ask screening questions. You give questions equal money, questions equal money, questions equal time, questions equal clarity. Okay. So when you're doing these signings, again, you want to ask those screening questions. So yes, Dolores, sometimes they're together, sometimes they're not.